All right, today we are diving headfirst into an incredible fantasy epic. This is a story about a hero who's up against a sorcerer so powerful he's practically invincible. The entire fate of a kingdom, not to mention an innocent life, is hanging by a thread. This is the story of Hatim and his quest to answer 7 impossible questions. So to get a sense of the villain we're dealing with, the sorcerer Dajjal, you really only need to hear his own words. He says, Dajjal knows very well how to make the impossible possible. And trust me, this isn't just some empty threat. For him, it's a fact. It's basically a promise of the chaos he's about to bring down on everyone.
So, our story kicks off in the kingdom of Durgapur. Everything's peaceful, it's just another day, and then, bam! Dajjal just appears, completely uninvited, right inside the royal palace in front of Princess Sunaina. He's not there to chat. He's there to make a demand that's going to turn their whole world upside down. So you might be asking, what does this guy actually want? Well, Dajjal is basically the embodiment of pure evil. But he knows he's missing something. He wants to marry Princess Sunaina. Not for love or anything like that, but to literally absorb her kingdom's goodness, fuse it with his own evil, and become completely and utterly unstoppable. It's a really cool idea, right? Evil acknowledging the power of good, but only so it can consume it.
Now, as you can imagine, hearing this insane demand, Sunaina's younger brother, Prince Suraj, does what any good brother would do. He steps up to defend her, draws his sword, and lunges at Dajjal. But it's completely useless. The sword just has zero effect on the dark sorcerer.
And Dajjal's reaction? It's swift, it's effortless, and it is absolutely horrifying. With just a wave of his hand, he uses his dark magic and turns the brave young prince into a lifeless stone statue, right there in front of his sister. This one move just shows you everything, his immense power and his total lack of mercy.
And then Dajjal just lays it all out, his chilling ultimatum for the princess. It's simple. 1. You will marry me. 2. You have 7 days to decide. And 3. If you refuse, your brother stays a statue forever. It's a completely impossible choice, and the clock is already ticking.
So the royal court is thrown into absolute chaos. They can't fight Dajjal. The king knows that any kind of attack would just force Dajjal's hand and seal his son's fate for good. They're totally powerless, completely trapped by this dark magic. So, what do you do when fighting isn't an option?
Well, it's the kingdom's Rajguru, their royal teacher, who offers the one tiny glimmer of hope they have. He brings up an ancient prophecy. It says that when a great evil like Dajjal rises, nature itself will create a champion of good to bring back the balance. And here's the kicker. This hero is the only one who can possibly defeat him.
So, with the kingdom paralyzed and this all-powerful sorcerer just days away from victory, it all comes down to one question. Who on earth can stop this evil power?
That prophesied hero, the champion who is destined to restore balance to the world, is a man named Hatim.
With time running out fast, Princess Sunaina's fiancé, Prince Vishal, goes to find Hatim immediately. And get this, he finds him on what is supposed to be the single happiest day of Hatim's life, his own wedding day. And Vishal has to beg him for his help.
And this moment, right here, tells you everything you need to know about Hatim's character. True heroism demands incredible sacrifice. Without even hesitating, he agrees. He literally postpones his own wedding, putting his personal happiness on hold to save the world. He is the real deal.
So, how in the world do you defeat Dajjal? Well, it's not with a sword fight. It's a quest of knowledge. A mystical voice explains that Hatim has to find the answers to 7 secret questions that are hidden all over the world. Every time he answers one correctly, Dajjal's power gets a little weaker, and the curse on Prince Suraj starts to fade. The first question is revealed. I've seen it once, but I desire to see it again and again. And just like that, the journey begins.
Now, to help him on his quest, Hatim is given an ancient, powerful magic sword. He also gets a travel buddy, though maybe not a very willing one. His friend Hobo gets roped into joining him, and honestly, he adds some much-needed comic relief to what is a very dangerous journey.
So our duo sets off right away. Their first stop is a set of magical ruins, a place where Dajjal's dark magic is already festering. And, of course, Hatim has absolutely no idea what he's about to walk into.
As soon as they set foot in the ruins, they're ambushed. Hatim gets hit by this incredible force, but he can't see anyone there.
It's an invisible horseman, an evil spirit sent by Dajjal, and it's just attacking him relentlessly out of thin air. So after getting knocked around a few times, Hatim realizes he can't fight what he can't see. So in this great moment of inspiration, he trusts his new weapon. He plunges the magical sword straight into the ground, and it unleashes this wave of pure energy that just obliterates the unseen spirits.
And check this out, because his first victory brings an immediate reward, which shows us a really cool rule in this world. Good deeds create a ripple effect. By defeating those spirits, he also breaks another one of Dajjal's curses, freeing a man who was magically trapped in a pond nearby. And as a thank you, the man gives Hatim a magical map, a critical tool that's going to point him to the next step of his quest.
Okay, so the new map points Hatim toward an island that's ruled by a sultan named Aslaf. But there's a pretty big warning that comes with it. To get there, he has to cross a really dangerous and very magical sea.
What's so special about this sea? Well, it kind of has two modes. During the day, it's a totally normal sea of water. But the second the sun sets, the entire thing transforms into a raging sea of fire. So the mission is simple. They have to get across before nightfall or they're toast.
But of course, Dajjal is always one step ahead. He alerts Sultan Aslaf, who's one of his loyal followers, that Hatim is on his way. Aslaf is ordered to stop Hatim no matter what, and he summons a gigantic sea monster from the depths to get the job done.
So picture this. Hatim and Hobo are in their boat. They're more than halfway across the sea, and they can even see the island in the distance. And then, disaster. A massive sea monster just erupts from the waves, completely blocking their path. And as they're trying to figure out what to do, they look up and see the sun starting to sink below the horizon.
Their boat is stopped dead in the water. There's a monster right in front of them. The water all around them is about to erupt into a literal sea of fire. So the question is, trapped between a monster and a wall of flames, will Hatim and Hobo survive?